Hey guys, Dr. Ruth Roberts here. We've started a series of Ask the Vet questions that we put out on the Dr. Ruth Roberts page as well as on our private Facebook community for Crock-Pot chefs. And so I'm going to give you some of those answers and also some, if you've got questions, I'm happy to answer them for you today as well. And I'm going to make this a weekly feature. We'll try a couple of different days and times to see what works well to help get your answers to you as quickly as possible. And then certainly the awesome thing about Facebook Live is that we'll have these videos on the page, and then we'll get them posted on my website, theoriginalcrockpotdiet.com. And then additionally, products and things of that nature that may help you with your pet. I'll put some links down in the comment section a little bit later today so you can take a look at the things that I'm talking about and kind of see for yourself if that's the right match for you and your pet. So here we go. So we had a question from Sharon writing in about her Keeshonds that have allergy issues, and unfortunately these are really common regardless of where you live. She's been feeding them home-cooked food, but using things like beef and chicken and all sorts of things mixed together, and has started using some fish oil, which has been helpful, and also Benadryl 3 to 4 times a day to help control the itching. She wants to know if Zyrtec can be used in dogs and if there's other options for allergy control. So yes, you can use Zyrtec. I try to minimize the use of it because I've seen some liver enzyme elevation in dogs that take it on a regular basis. And then Benadryl, while it is relatively innocuous, there are some dogs that do get really dry skin, and certainly if they're already itchy and dry from diet and things of that nature, that doesn't help much. So a couple of things to think about. And Sharon, I'm really glad that you've gotten into the home cooking movement for your pets. I think that is the single most important thing you can do to help promote your pet's health and keep them healthy. And I'm glad they're enjoying the Crock-Pot diet. One of the things I've used that's been terrifically helpful is Quercetin and stinging nettles, and they work by reducing circulating levels of histamine rather than blocking the histamine receptors as Benadryl and other antihistamines do. And so in using things like Quercetin and nettles, you can help reduce the itchiness, but without the drowsiness and things of that nature. So that's a great option. I'll put a link to Allergen, which is a product we recommend and use on our website, and that contains Quercetin, stinging nettles, and a little bit of zinc, which is also great for the skin. Also, you want to consider rotating one protein and one carbohydrate source at a time to make sure that what your pets are eating isn't part of what's causing the allergy issues. Remember, chicken is one of the most common pet food ingredients, and it's also the most common food allergen in dogs as well. And while your pet may not have a true food allergy, because of things like leaky gut syndrome, they may have a food sensitivity, meaning that the response is essentially the same. You eat the food that you're sensitive to, and then the symptoms of inflammation show up where they show up. And so for your guys, the skin is the target organ. For others, it may be the gut, and so on and so forth. So hopefully that makes sense. What we focus on talking about rotating food so that your pet doesn't eat the same thing all the time in the original Crock-Pot Diet ebook. So that's a great source of information and not a huge investment in cost. The next question comes from Gino's mom. And Gino's mom writes that he was adopted about 3 to 6 months ago and had come from a really abusive situation. They've been having problems housebreaking him and wonders what else she can try. And she's been trying a lot of different things and doing all the right things behaviorally. So she's currently tethering him to her, and we call that the umbilical method of house training, and that can be helpful. But he has some odd stools when he goes outside, so either soft stool with some hard pieces mixed in, or hard stool. So the thing you probably do want to do is do take Gino to see your veterinarian to make sure there's not a physical reason for the difficulty with housebreaking. So he may be painful or uncomfortable when he's passing a stool, and that's why he waits to come back inside. The other thing that can happen is if they have some sort of an internal organ dysfunction like liver disease or kidney disease or something of that nature that may be creating health issues to the point where housebreaking is just really tough, or his brain just doesn't work right to help figure these things out. So definitely go see your veterinarian and make sure there's not a physical reason for this. And then beyond that, because he's been in a situation where it was tough for him to be comfortable, there's several other behavioral things you can look at. And so things like liquid Nutri Calm, which is a tryptophan and theanine based product that helps to reduce anxiety and worry. The other thing that can be helpful too is a relatively new product on the market called CalmZ, CalmZ. And it's a vest that helps calm your dog down by stimulating certain acupuncture points on the body, and it also plays fertilise, and then certainly there's certain binaural tones that help calm the brain waves. So this has been a great product. I've used it for my dog Sam, and he has horrible thunderstorm phobia, and it's been a huge help. So those are a couple of sort of easy things to try for Gino and see if that helps kind of calm the anxiety down a bit. So, and Cathy has written that she's got 3 cats aged 5, 10, and 16, and the 16-year-old kitty has been vomiting kind of commonly, but has that increase in frequency in vomiting has really picked up, and so she's a bit concerned about whether the wellness can diet that she's feeding may be contributing to that. She's feeding her 5-year-old kitty some raw food as well, and so she wonders if switching to the Crock-Pot diet would be helpful as far as reducing the vomiting and also in general keeping the pets healthy. And so yes, certainly that's going to be important, is the best food options that you can get for your kitties, the best health they're going to experience. Additionally, canned foods often contain gums, and so that can create GI irritation. And by gums, I mean things like guar gum, xanthan gum. You'll see those things listed. And those are creating a big problem for us. And if you start reading food labels, you'll be horrified as to what they're in. They're on almost everything in the prepared food market. So if you can get your cat off of canned food, I think that would be helpful. Switching cats to the Crock-Pot diet is a tedious process sometimes, and especially for older cats. But so you'll want to try the starter recipe for cats that's listed in the original Crock-Pot diet ebook, and just go really, really slowly and be prepared for that switchover process to take weeks to months. And literally, you may start with 1 teaspoon per meal and then gradually add in more each day. So you may make a batch of food but freeze 3/4 of it at a whack as you start to transition your pets. Typically, the younger the pets are, the easier it will be. With your 5-year-old kitty that's eating raw food, it should be a fairly easy switch. So hope that's of help, and we'll go from there. And Alicia, great to see you, and yes, the Crock-Pot diet made a huge difference for Jojo. He's an amazing guy, and I miss seeing him and miss seeing you guys. So I've got another question from Tina about her 15-year-old dog that's got cancer, early kidney disease, and has been not too much interested in eating food at this point. And she's not sure what to do and wonders if the original Crock-Pot diet would be a good idea for her pet. And Tina, I think that given everything you've got going on with your dog right now, the most important thing is to help her enjoy life. I don't know why around the holiday season we see so many older pets that are struggling with diseases and We see so many pets that are diagnosed with cancer around this period of time. But golly, it's tough, and it's tough to know that you're doing the right thing. And so what I've seen over time is if the pet's slowing down, they're less interested in eating, they're not feeling as good, this is when it's time for you to think of all the things that your dog loves to do and that she still can do within reason. And, just make it fun. If she loved going to the park, go spend a little bit of time in the park every day. And it may not be more than 3 to 5 minutes at a time, but just make this time as happy as you can with her. The kidney disease that got diagnosed is really not likely to create any problems for her. And because she's already really debilitated from cancer, yes, try the Crock-Pot diet, but look at the cat introductory recipe and see if that's something that goes down. And then other than that, just cook little bits of food and offer it throughout the day. Pick things that she really enjoys, and just, don't, if she likes it, don't go overboard, because they tend to get nauseous and won't ever eat that thing again. So small amounts of food throughout the day. Cook up a bunch of different things so it's easy to offer little bits of things to see what she's going to eat from the buffet at that meal. So as difficult as it is, this is the time to shower her with love, honor her journey, and make peace with your difficult burden. She's had a long and happy life. This is the time to let her be the picky old lady that she is. And just do everything in your power right now to help her live joyously. My dear friend and person that's been helping me grow this original Crock-Pot diet, Michelle, we got to know each other because her dog, Mama Mia, got sick with mast cell cancer, and unfortunately the cancer was rather advanced. All Michelle wanted, and this story just still brings tears to my eyes, all Michelle wanted for her and for Mama Mia was to be able to dance for the last several weeks and time that she had with Mama Mia. So thankfully, Mama Mia really loved the Crock-Pot diet. She thought that was the bomb that Mom was cooking for her, and she and Michelle were able to dance. They took it day by day, and when Mama Mia's life was still good, they enjoyed it, but when it got to the point where she was uninterested in everything going on around her, that's when Michelle knew it was time for Mama Mia to leave this planet. Sorry, I wish I had something easier to help you with this, but I think if you spend these next days in joy with your dog and love her and receive the love that she's giving you, it's going to make that time to transition easier when you get there. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that she actually just loves the food and that really picks her up and gets her moving. But it's a tough time and a tough situation. Golly, that's a tough, I don't know why it is always so hard this time of year, but we do see lots of pets that sick and get diagnosed with terrible diseases. And so we're at this time of giving thanks and family and sharing. And so that's part of what I think happens, is we have to give thanks for the love that our pets give us and share that love, pay it forward to others that are less fortunate. So sorry to get into emotional stuff, but it's the holidays and it's a tough time. But know your pets love you so much, and they're grateful for everything you do and all the hard work you do for them. I wish you happy holidays. Like I said, we're going to be doing this live segment more frequently. We'll be experimenting with times and dates to see what work well for people, and we'll go from there. Travel safe, stay warm, and we'll talk sometime next week. And great to see you, Alicia. Miss you guys so much. Take care.